I just got a box. Hi, welcome to ZGadgetReview. The Pixel 10 is releasing tomorrow, August 28th. I got my hands on one, so let's do an unboxing. Here we have the box. So okay. How's this box? Okay, so it's glued here. So here we have Google Store, in with the new, out with the old. So recyclable box. And here, wrapped in this paper, we have the phone. Let's take it out of its tomb. Ta-da! The Google 10 Pro. Pixel 10 Pro is what we got here. So we have the front of the box, sides, top. The packaging is the same as we had last year with the pull tabs here on the back to pull it out. It's very, very skinny, as you can see. Do the pull tabs here. So how do we go? So here, pull back, and then this should slide. There we go. Slides out easily. Okay. The phone looks like in the back, the other side of the phone. Very plain box, as you can see there. And here we have the phone. Let's see what we have in this part of the device. So here we have your literature, which you don't really use for anything anymore. Here we have the tab. I'm going to put this on the side. Then we have the charging USB-C cable. Here we have the back of the phone. I'm going to take it out of its paper cover. You don't need a SIM card anymore. Physical SIM card. Activate your eSIM during setup. Okay, so I'll take it out. This comes over here. There. Remove the paper. So here we have the phone. And as you can see here, we have shiny on the sides, the shiny bezels on the sides. The back is actually a matte back, and it's actually really, really soft. And then we have the G logo, which is really, really big here, and it's, as you can see, shiny. We have the camera housing that looks bigger this year than it did last year. I'm wondering if this is the thermometer again this year. As you can see here, we have all the antenna cutouts. So here's one, here. Then we have your power button, your volume rocker, and then your speakers. As we know, only one of these speakers is a real speaker. The other one is just for show. And then here on the top, we have the second speaker. And then you can see the front-facing camera there. So it looks nice. I got the new color, the moonbeam color, I think is what it's called. It's a pretty muted color. I thought it was going to be brighter and stuff, but thankfully it isn't. I will say it looks more grayish than blue, which I'm okay with. And then here we have the Pixel 9 Pro. They're the exact same size. They look pretty much the same from the side. This is the Pixel 10 Pro, this is the Pixel 9 Pro. So if we look at the buttons here, the volume and the power button, the volume rocker on the Pixel 9 Pro is a little longer than the Pixel 10 Pro. The Pixel 10 Pro is a little shorter, so it's a little shorter and fatter than the Pixel 9 Pro. And if you look at the power button there, actually the power button on the Pixel 10 Pro is a little longer than the Pixel 9 Pro. So it looks like they changed the length of the buttons. Now the other thing that I'm noticing here is that we don't have this cutout. This is the Pixel 9 Pro. You have this cutout here on the top, which we don't have here anymore. As you can see here, we don't have the SIM card tray anymore as we did. So the Pixel 10 Pro goes back to having the two speaker grills at the bottom. I will say that the G on the Pixel 9 Pro is a little smaller than on the Pixel 10 Pro, and the back is pretty much the same kind of feel, matte on the back. The camera housing is bigger on the Pixel 10 Pro. So if we look here on the Pixel 10 Pro, right here, you can see that the camera housing is a little longer and it's also wider than on the Pixel 9 Pro. I'm gonna go ahead and power on the Pixel 10 Pro. There we go, we got the G going. There you have it, see? You have the little bouncing ball there. Here we have the setup screen, and all I have left to do is the setup process, which according to my phone is going to take 47 minutes to transfer all of my data from my old device. I like the fact that it actually tells me about how long it's going to take, so you're not like sitting there wondering. Once it does that, I'm probably going to do a quick tour of the the Android experience. I have the case for the Pixel 9 Pro and I wanted to see if it will fit since they're pretty close in dimensions. And I'm sad to say here, as I said earlier, the buttons don't perfectly align. As you can see there, it's a little bit off. And also the camera housing looks like it's a little bit higher and a little bit wider, as I said earlier in the unboxing. So that makes it so this case doesn't fit. The Pixel 10 comes with Material U, which is the new design language for Android. And so here we have some of the differences. As you can see the icons here. So as you can see here, the ones that are selected or activated are kind of like rounded rectangles. The ones that are deactivated remain kind of like shape pill, like oval. Here we have the control for the brightness of the screen, which is great because some of the issues that you had before is that you had to go into your settings and look for the brightness and then pull up the brightness. It's really simple to move around. Here you can see how smooth it moves. The thing that we're lacking here is a percentage. I would love if they had a percentage here on the bar. Now something that is also different here is the color. So we have different colors for the icons on the settings, something that you didn't have before. Go here to your wallpapers. It's giving me suggestions for wallpapers for photos that I took of based on the other day that I went to the beach. Here we have the different colors that you can choose based on the wallpaper that you're using. Icons you can keep by default, or you can go theme icons, and that is going to change it for the apps that support it. It isn't going to change it for every single app. You're going to get it based on the apps that support the theme. Let's look at the wallpapers here. And so wallpapers, we have the pictures, as I said. Then we have this newish wallpaper under Wallpaper Studio, which is Live Effects. So Live Effects, you can pick a picture and then you can add an effect to it. Let's try it out. All right, so I picked this image and then I can pick shapes that is going to, let's see, how do I, okay. Any way that I can make this picture, because see, it's cutting his face off. Oh, look, weather, the local weather based on the weather that you have that day. You can do fog and it's like a kind of like a foggy tint. You can do rain and it's going to rain over the screen. You can do snow as well. I'm going to do cinematic to add 3D. Okay, I'm going to download. Because we finally finished downloading, so I'm going to add a 3D motion to this photo. Oh, there you go. Do you see that? But look, the AI isn't doing a great job at it. It's cutting off his snout. Right there. Do you see that? So it cuts off his snout right there. But that's what it would look like if I was to use it. Let's try a different photo. Okay, so this one did a better job. So if I wanted the shapes, you can pick the shapes and look, it actually cut around him the right way. And obviously all of this is being done via AI, and then you can pick the shape and you can pick the color that you want. But again, I want to do the cinematic option, so I'm going to go here. Now it's doing the cinematic option. So you can see it kind of moves them around and the background stays static, kind of like a lenticular effect to it. Then we have your emoji workshop, and then here's where you can create your wallpaper based on emojis. So you can create a pattern. So I'm going to do the prism pattern. I'm going to pick the emojis that I want, and I'm going to close here, going to pick this color on this one right here. And there you go. So I can change my patterns again if I feel like it. As you can see, I picked different ones, but it's not really giving me all of them. It's just giving me some. Then we have the AI wallpaper. Let's try the luminance option. I want a radiant periwinkle flower in bloom. I guess there's some of the options. Some are better than others. This isn't so good. Let's try a painting. I want a tropical island and paper planes in the 19th century style. The paper planes you can barely see. You can barely see the paper planes. Well, that gives you an idea of how this works. There you go. That is some of the Material U. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it through its paces for the review. The review should be out in a week and a half. That's been the unboxing of the Pixel 10 Pro. Do you have any questions about the Pixel 10 Pro that I might be able to answer for you? Let me know in the comment section. That's it for me. Go ahead and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Really helps the channel. Go ahead and hit that bell so you can be alerted every time we have new videos. And thank you very much for watching.